It is the 31st of October and we have like 12 hours to go until the first doors open for the 1,000 Doors readathon. The last like 24 hours of my life have been a blur of complete panic, trying to get everything sorted, trying to get all of the links to match up so that people's paths will work the whole way through. I don't even know if we're there yet, but I have just finally reached like panic limit and have just decided to chill out. It's going to be fine, or at least by the time you guys see this, you will know whether or not it was fine or not. It's readathon eve! It is 3 hours to go until the doors open. I'm here with my sister. We have wine, we have chocolate, we have Edward Scissorhands, which is the third of our spooky movies for the night.
Because Halloween.
Because Halloween. And we will see you in 3 hours. Okay, and we're going live in about 3, 2, 1. No, I think it's already gone. Woo, there they all are. Look at them. I'm so excited that everyone's going to be opening these right now. I'm actually not starting my reading right now because A, it's midnight and I'm tired, and B, I am currently at my sister's house. This is not where I live, and separated from all of my books. So I'll be starting tomorrow, but I'm so excited it's live! I don't know if you can actually hear me, like with the train noises and through the mask. I'll put the subtitles on, but I am on my way home to start the readathon. Literally, some people have already finished it. I've been watching everyone's Instagrams, people have been leaving comments. I cannot believe like multiple people have actually finished the entire readathon. I haven't started yet. I haven't even started book 1. I haven't even watched the prompts yet. Also, look at this empty train. Lush. I have been still very scared of going on public transport in case people are standing close to me or aren't wearing masks. But it's just me. Nothing to be scared of here. Okay, I'm back finally with just half an hour to spare until I'm going live. Yes, I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday. We haven't had time to change yet, but I am now going to finally open up the doors and pick my first prompts. Oh, I'm so excited. So obviously I know what my first prompt is, but I'm now going to watch Meg's and Tazmyn's.
So the first doors have opened. So your first prompt is this.
Ah, that's history.
That's so good. What can I do with that? Okay, I'm going to watch Tazmyn's.
So, my first prompt for you is to read a book that feels like the TV show Breaking Bad. Now, you can interpret this in any way that you like.
Okay, so I'm looking at my shelf to see what could fit either something like Breaking Bad, which I haven't seen but I do know what it's about, or something that fits That's History. Or I could do one that fits my own prompt, which is 5. Okay. I've decided. For my first prompt, I am going to read The Pull of the Stars by Emma Donoghue. This is a book that I need to read for balancing the books anyway, and it is historical fiction, so it fits the prompt, That's History. I've wanted to read this one for ages. It is about a pandemic, so I'm a little nervous because I've got very high pandemic anxiety. I have had this whole time, and now we're going back into the lockdown. I might find this a stressful time to read this book, but I think I'm feeling brave enough, and I've heard it's amazing. I can't believe there are legit people who have finished the 1,000 Doors readathon and I haven't even started. I've just picked my first book. That means someone has already won a prize. The first candle prize, which was for the first person to get through all of them, has already been won. That is amazing. It has also been so exciting just watching everyone's responses online. I had no idea how this was going to go. There was so much stress leading up to it. Yesterday, like, I filmed that tiny clip of me saying how stressed I was, but it had been a journey. I had been lying on this bed right now, having a little cry for a while. So it's so exciting seeing it go live and like people doing amazing bullet journal spreads and stuff. Honestly, it like just means so much seeing it come to life. And we're live!
Awesome.
Hello! The live show was so much fun. I'd made up all of these ridiculous games. I'll insert some little clips here.
Titanic.
But honestly, like, our guests were such good sports and that was hilarious. I laughed the whole way through that. It is now 6:15 on day 1 of the readathon. I still haven't started, but that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to run myself a lovely warm cozy bath and I'm going to start reading The Pull of the Stars. If you just heard that crash, there are fireworks going on tonight, even though it's not bonfire night yet, but the fireworks have started. Hippo does not like fireworks. Here she comes. She has been running around like a scolded cat. Is that an expression? I don't think so. That's a horrible expression. I'm sorry for making it up. She has not been enjoying herself. Hi, little creature. It's gonna be okay. It's just fireworks. We did try buying her one of those like thunder jackets, but it didn't work. She didn't like wearing it. It's okay. Okay, well, while Hippo faces her fireworks fears, I'm gonna go face my pandemic fears in the bath. I wasn't expecting this colour under the dust jacket. Oh, and the yellow end papers. It's beautiful. Okay, so this is so weird. This book is set in Halloween in a pandemic, and I'm reading it the day after Halloween in a pandemic. And she wrote this before COVID started. I'm in my pajamas, which today is a full onesie, and it is not even 7 p.m. What an absolute treat. Oh my god. So I just finished part 1 and I feel the pain. I am never having a baby. This is set in a maternity ward during the Great Flu. So these women are being like quarantined in this ward, which is terrifying. But also we just went through a labour scene and like, oh my god, I was literally like pressing my legs together the whole time reading it, being like, please do not put a baby in me and please do not take a baby out of me. Ouch. That's part 1 of 4 down of my first book. It's not very late, it's like 9:15 right now, but I am going to start getting ready. I might climb into bed and keep reading in there. I'm super tired today. I did not sleep very well the last 2 nights, so I am, yeah, going to get into bed I think. And is this cozy bedtime reading? Not really at all. Okay, so it's a little bit later now because I did just sit on the sofa and scroll through social media for ages, but it's so addictive because there are so many of you taking part. I did not expect to be tagged in so many things already. It's really fun. Anyway, I stayed the night at my sister's last night. We are in a support bubble, so we're able to do that at the moment. And she has a really similar brand of sunrise clock that I have. And this has a setting. When I first got it, I knew it had this setting where, as well as having it slowly light up to wake you up in the morning, you can have it slowly dim to go to bed. And I also thought that was a really stupid setting because I just like read with the lights on and then I turn them off to go to sleep. Why would I want it to slowly dim? That would be so not useful to me. But she has it, and last night when I stayed with her, that's what she did. She set it to go slowly down over 15 minutes and we read for a little bit, and then like halfway through it going down, felt super sleepy and like was asleep before the light was fully off. And I don't fall asleep that quickly, so that was great. So I'm gonna try that out now, but the thing is I threw away the manual, so who knows how we get this thing to work. It's quite hard to read now. There might be a sign that it's time to try and go to sleep. Good morning. Okay, now that gyms are closing back down, we're going back to our home workout routine. I'm feeling strong, I'm feeling positive. We're kickstarting this readathon week properly. I know it started yesterday, but yesterday, let's be honest, I didn't do shit. Heartbreak like a sad romance. Said that you never come back again. Been 3 days, now you're back again, but I'm not your man. No, I'm not your man. We're doing very gentle workouts at the moment because of my back. The osteopath told me not to be lifting heavy weights, so we're just doing like stretching based workouts. So it's fun, nice way to start the day, but I am like really missing proper exercise, which is wild because even like a year and a half ago I absolutely hated exercise in all forms, but I just like got really into it, and then lockdown hit and now I can't do it properly. Today is my only full day of work this week, which is really fun. I'm working today and then I've got afternoons off, Tuesday to Thursday, and then Friday I've taken the whole day off just to read. Today I do just have to get through this one day. Okay, taking a break from work and bringing part 2 of this on a walk with me. I'm hoping Hippo will also come on the walk. When I tried to walk her yesterday, she literally like lay down and refused to go. I don't know why. So fingers crossed she's feeling a little more energetic today. That's more like it, Hips. Come on, Gabby. I didn't read a ton on my walk just now because Hippo really wanted to play, so I was mostly like running around with her and throwing sticks and stuff. I read a bit of this. It's so good, this, but like so sad. Okay, it's lunch break time and I'm having the most adorable, like homegrown, the good life lunch ever. So my parents came up over the weekend, which was so nice, and like so lucky we got to see them because now we're going back into lockdown again. But they got to come up before the rules changed and we sat outside, and they brought with them some homemade bread that my dad made and some homegrown eggs that our chickens laid. So I'm gonna have egg on toast with vegetables grown in our garden here. So everything here is like homemade or home laid. Eggs on toast. And then finishing off with a chocolate orange. Where do you fall in camp hating orange chocolate or loving orange chocolate, because I am obviously in camp love it. And there's this like massive trend at the moment. They're doing orange twirls, they're doing orange like Twixes, like orange chocolate buttons I think we saw. They're everywhere. And everyone who doesn't like it, that's good for me, because then I can buy it instead. So we've got like 20 minutes left of my lunch break to keep reading. We're just going into an autopsy scene, which I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy. Whoa, just learnt why it's called the Pull of the Stars, and a really interesting fact. So influenza, is called that because it's Italian. Influenza delle stelle, the influence of the stars, because they thought that flu was just proved that like fate was controlling our lives. Okay, I've just finished part 2 of 4, so I'm halfway through, going back to work for the afternoon. I think I will finish this one tonight. It is like, it's amazing. I don't know where this story is going. There are so many like eerily reminiscent things in here of what's going on in our current situation now. So that's really creepy. But it's also a lot about how in Ireland at this time contraception was illegal, and so these women were just having so many babies, and that was so damaging for their bodies. So then to have this flu on top of that was really, really bad for them. It's really quite scary. So it's all about that. I'm very glad I'm not one of these women. And work is over! I don't have to do another full day of work for a full week. That's amazing. So I am hungry. I'm gonna find something to snack on, and that something is gonna be Ritz crackers. Okay, we're going into part 3, blue. My nails like almost match this book cover. Mine are more grey than blue, but it's close. My Gusto box didn't arrive in time for me to cook it this evening, and we're about to play another of those escape room games we play with Archie's family. So we got a last minute delivery order of Chilango. Delicious. You've got a hot box?
Me.
I've got a hot box? Everybody's got a hot box? Hey, I'm Archie. I really enjoyed that game we just played. That Unlock Company are so cool, honestly. If you're looking for like fun escape room style games that you can play at home, Unlock are very cool. They're like very hard and very complicated as well. Archie didn't think the game was as good because he's grumpy.
You know, there's gonna be variable levels of execution. This one was not one of the stronger ones.
It was top notch. There were werewolves in it.
Emma admits to having like very little gradation in her expectations.
Things make me happy. But some of them haven't been good, and I've said some of them haven't been good, but that one was good. I think Archie was just sitting too close to the radiator, and so he was just hot. I'm gonna finish this book now. I'm gonna get ready for bed. I forgot to buy makeup remover again. God damn it. Then I'm gonna finish this book. I mustn't forget that tomorrow is my day running the Twitter. We're like taking turns being in charge of the Twitter account, and I need to not forget to actually do it. I've scheduled like one little Twitter sprint, but that's it. And looking at what the others have been doing so far, like they've been doing a great job being on top of the Twitter, so I mustn't forget. But first, I want to finish this book because I really want to get my next prompt. So we did not watch each other's prompts at all, so I have no idea what is waiting for me. I am pretty certain I'm going to give this one like a 4 to 5 stars, so it's definitely going to be that door, but I can't remember who is behind that door, and even if I could remember who it was, I don't know what the prompt is going to be. So I'm feeling really impatient. I want to know what it is, but also like don't want to rush this because this book is great. Also, I'm still way too hot. This onesie is cozy but too hot. We're in shorts and a t-shirt now. Much better. This is my old school. I still have this top that says I Heart Benenden. I left school over 10 years ago. Okay, we're going into the final part. I've already watched 3 birth scenes, read 3 birth scenes. I'm hoping that's the end of the birth scenes. And I finished. What a book. That was brilliant. I didn't love the ending. It seemed like rather sudden, considering the whole book did only take place over 3 days, but this feels like a book that's going to stick with me. I'm going to be thinking about so much from it for a long time. There was a particular conversation I really enjoyed in this where the nurse is talking to a male orderly at the hospital, and he is like not really on board with women having the vote because he says, well, you don't serve. And she's like, we are serving in the war as nurses and other jobs. And he's like, no, you don't lay down your life for your country, so you shouldn't vote. You haven't paid the blood tax. I mean, like, a horrible argument anyway. And she's like, look around you at this maternity ward they're on. Women have been paying the blood tax since the beginning of time, and I thought it was a very powerful argument. Anyway, it's time to choose my next prompt. So I'm going to give this one 4 stars. So let's go and see what's behind that door.
Welcome to prompt 2.
Ah, it's Meg again.
The meme for this prompt is...
I'm back.
I love that so much. These meme prompts are hilarious. What can I read for that? Okay, my options for this could be... I could read another Emma Donoghue, so then like I'm back with the same author. I could read Pages for Her, because that's a sequel, and I recently read Pages for You, loved it. And this sequel actually came out way later. It doesn't really affect me because I only recently read the first book, but some people have been waiting a long time for this. So very exciting for this one to pop up and say, I'm back. I think I'm going to go with Pages for Her. I'm going to do that cute little slowly dimming the lights thing while I start reading this book. Are you ready? Love it already. Time to let the rest of the light fade out. Good morning, world! I am so sleepy today. I did not sleep very well last night, which is bad news because tonight is election night, and so I doubt I'm going to be sleeping well tonight either. I'm feeling very nervous about it, and I know that me speaking as somebody in England removed from this situation, like, it is not directly scary to me in the way that it is directly scary to some people, and so I don't want to like take that away, but I am still just very nervous watching it from over here. I'm just worried. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm worried that either way, whichever way the result goes, things are not going to be good. 4 years ago I stayed up all night just like sobbing watching it happen, and I feel like it's even worse this time around. So anyway, I know that I'm speaking as somebody who isn't going to be directly impacted by it, but I'm thinking of all of you guys over there who this does impact, and just like all day I will have everything crossed for Biden to win. Oh god, by the time this is up you guys will know what's happened. It's stress, it's fine, we're not thinking about it. I'm not going to deliberately stay up all night watching the results this time like I did 4 years ago, because I don't know if we'll even get the result. So I'm going to try and go to sleep. Realistically, I probably will be up all night watching. Anyway, none of that is to do with reading. I'm going to get up and do another little home workout. I have a little companion in my bed this morning, and it's not Archie. It's better than Archie. But okay, Hips, you and me, let's get up. Let's do this. Let's start the day.
Never gonna stand a chance. Heartbreak like a sad romance. Said that you never come back again. Been 3 days, now you're back again. But I'm not your man. No, I'm not your man. I can blow your mind like whoa. Why be...
Okay, I've just gone through and scheduled all of my tweets today. I'm running loads of Twitter sprints. I'm actually really looking forward to them. I think they're going to be fun. So I've done a couple that are just like pretty standard sprints, but then I've done one that's like childhood games themed. Do you remember the game MASH? We used to play that at school all the time, where you write MASH, which is like mansion, apartment, shack and house, and then you write different categories of like who you're going to marry and what your job's going to be. So basically I'm telling people to write out like an empty MASH page, then read for an hour, and every time they come across a person, a job, a car, a number, they like write that in, and then at the end the number of chapters that you read is your magic number, and then that's how you work out your future. And I think that's going to be really fun. And I've also got like a bedtime sprint plan that involves counting Zeds and counting sheep. I'm excited. I think this is going to be a fun day on Twitter. Who knew you could have a fun day on Twitter? I'm going to start working now though. I'm working this morning until 12:30, and then all the fun can begin. And I'm free! My afternoon off has officially begun. So my sister is here. I think I already mentioned that we formed a support bubble. Yeah, I did. So she is here for the afternoon. So I'm going to make us both this like fake chicken risotto. Delish. Thing. You can't see.
Look at us wearing the same thing.
Yeah! I got a new earring. We can't get it in. Okay.
You jumped it again.
No, I'm so about to.
What if I was more like
No,
this?
stop it.
What if I was more like this?
No, because again, you do that, but your ear just comes with you. So
Where do you want me to be?
Just anywhere. Oh my god, I'm doing it. Hippo, I am brilliant. It's in. It is in.
We just filmed a video.
No, we didn't.
Goodbye. Now I have a fun task ahead of me, which is sending handwritten postcards to all of my Patreons.
Pretty good.
I might end my support bubble with you. Giselle, if you're watching this, I just made a mess of your envelope. I'm so sorry. I wrote 4 out of 100 letters and my hand hurts. Now we're gonna go for a walk. Don't throw things at me. I just dropped Sophie off and now Hippo and I are playing hide and seek. You got me. Hippo has found the best hiding spot. Where's she gone? Okay, it is 4:30 and I haven't done any reading today for my readathon that I'm running. I even missed my own reading sprints. So what I think I'm going to do now is snuggle on this sofa. I mean, I just sat down for a second and now I physically can't get up because it feels so cozy. And I am going to do some reading. I'm going to read for an hour and play my MASH game that I missed on Twitter earlier. Okay, I'm ready. So I am reading this book for an hour and I have to write down anytime I come across a person, place, job, method of transport, animal, or number. And I'm going to turn on my fairy lights so I feel extra cozy. And I should light some candles too, yes! That candle smells delightful, but also I want someone to make a candle of the smell of a match that's just been lit, because that in itself is a cozy smell. Okay, it's past. I read 17 chapters. They are very short chapters in this book. I'm not just some kind of speed demon. It's time to play MASH. So I'm kind of sad that I didn't get a pet walrus, although my main form of transport isn't a tiny bicycle because I liked that option. But here is my future. I'm going to live in an apartment with Flannery's hippie father. That's the main character from my book. Her hippie father is my true love. We will live in Bethlehem. I will be an artist. My main form of transport will be walking. We have a pet eagle and a couple of children. Not too bad when the other options went up to like 30 children. That was fun. What a great future. Okay, I think it's time to do some more of my Patreon letters. I definitely need to get through more than just 4 that I've done so far. Okay, I did another 8 in the next 45 minutes. I definitely underestimated how long this job was going to be. So I'm sorry to everyone if the postcards are a little delayed. I really thought I would just like do them all in one afternoon and they'd be off, but that's going to take me a little while to get through. But I have to pause right now because I have therapy. Okay, I have been therapied. Now I get some chocolate orange as a reward for being good and talking about my feelings. This was a blanket we got as a wedding present and it's like so falling apart. But I love it and I refuse to ever get rid of it. Okay, just finished part 1. It's like 9:30 now. I'm getting very, very anxious about the election. I just keep stopping reading and like looking at my phone, looking on Twitter. So I think what I need to do is just take some melatonin and try to go to bed now and just like turn off my phone and not have it in the room. But I will read a little bit more in bed. I'm really, really enjoying the book. I think we're gonna meet Anne again soon and I am so excited to like be reunited with that character. Okay, I woke up, I looked at my phone for a long time in bed, and now I'm turning it off and we're going for a walk and we're thinking about anything else. Actually, specifically, we're thinking about this book. That's what we're thinking about. It is such a beautiful frosty morning. Can you see all the condensation coming off the river there? I don't know if it shows up very well, but it's like this beautiful mist. It's gorgeous. I haven't got Hippo with me because little bitch refused to walk with me. She started doing this so often now. I don't know what to do about it. It's really stressful. I really tried to make her come with me, but she heard a noise, she got scared, she lay on the floor and she would not budge until I turned around and took her back home. So I ended up just leaving her at home. I came for my walk anyway. Any dog training experts hit me up because I am drawing a blank. But that does mean that I get a nice solo walk with my book and I'm not being distracted by playing with Hippo. So there you go, you can see the mist more clearly there. It's so pretty. Hi. It's 12:30. I just finished my morning off work We still don't have any result. I'm gonna make myself a paneer dal. I've got my dal and I've got booktube. One day I will live in a house with a kitchen table and it will be amazing. Until then, I eat right here on the floor. I can take Hippo on another walk, or at least I can try again to take her on a walk. Fingers crossed she comes this time. She wouldn't come. This time she would not even leave the house. She needs dog therapy. So I've given up on her. I'm going into town instead to buy more envelopes and stamps for those Patreon cards. I don't know if you can hear this. Guess how much money I just spent on stamps? You can't guess because you're not here. So I'll tell you, £80! That's so much money on stamps and I don't even think I have enough. How is it so cold all the time? It's not even 4 o'clock yet and it's freezing. I'm wrapped back up in my blanket. I'm gonna try. Okay, that's fine. Lost my bookmark, but I've got my page here. I'm gonna try and finish this before I go live at 6. So we've got like 2 and a bit hours. I can do that. It's just gonna be like a reading race with myself. There's so much build up in this book and I honestly don't know what it's building to. So these two characters, these two women, in the first book, Pages for You, they had this like intense love affair which then ended. We're now 20 years later. They've both been in long-term relationships with men and I knew this book was going to be about them meeting again, but like literally it's had such a big build up. So part 1 was just Flannery's perspective, getting invited to this conference where she knew Anne was going to be and deciding to accept. Part 2 was Anne's perspective on that, and in both parts we get to hear like a lot about their life building up to those moments. Part 3, which is where I am now, is where they first meet. So they have now met where I've read to, but like it took a while and it's still like this almost like awkward but like very flirtatious relationship. It's like so intense. And I don't know where it's building to. Like, is this going to be a romantic ending? Or is it just going to be a bittersweet, like, they see each other for this one conference, which is like 1 night or 2 nights, and nothing happens, and then they go their separate ways? I don't know. And I don't know what I want. I don't know what would be better. It's a lot. And I finished. Loved it. It was a perfect sequel. Also, that was perfect timing because it's like 15 minutes to go into the live show, and we are going to do live reading. So perfect to have a new book. So I need to go through a new door. So I didn't guess where it was going at all. I literally told you that I didn't know where it was going to go. So, through that door.
You are smashing this, oh my god.
It's Tazmyn. I haven't done one of hers yet.
My third prompt for you is a book that feels like Marvel.
Marvel. I've barely seen any Marvel. I've watched all of the Avengers movies and I enjoyed those, and I've watched Captain Marvel. I liked that. I know I don't have anything that's like superheroes. Maybe I have very strong characters or something that's like a little bit magical. Maybe Kindred, because this has got time travel in it. I don't know if any Marvel movies have time travel in them, but it's that kind of like sci-fi element that the superhero movies have. I'm pretty certain there's a Marvel movie with time travel. I'm gonna Google that. Or I've got The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy here. This is a book that I've never read that I always feel like I should. And I've never seen Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm just making this connection because of the galaxy part. I know it's like funny and set in space, so they have that in common. Which to choose? This one's like 100 pages shorter than this one, so that feels better for a readathon. They're both books that I've really wanted to read for a while. Ooh! You know what? I'm about to go live, so I'm going to ask everybody on the live which one I should pick. That's what I'm going to do.
3 votes for Galaxy so far.
Oh, then we got
Galaxy
2.
Now they're even.
3 for Kindred.
Oh no.
No,
I mean,
4 for...
I think Galaxy is the most Marvel.
Galaxy's the most Marvel.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that.
That's a good decider. Okay, finished the live show. That was really fun. We had all these games and people voted for me to read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, so that's why I've started as book number 3. It's now, what time is it? 8 o'clock. I'm hungry and I'm going to make some creamy coronation chickpea salad. That's what I've got right here.
Never gonna stand a chance. Heartbreak like a sad romance. Said that you never come back again.
I stopped filming by mistake, but I've mixed up like a coronation-y yogurty mix there, which I'm going to add some curried chickpeas to. I don't know if you can hear that over the sound of the water. Also, I made a lime and olive oil dressing. This is gonna be tasty.
while you're dancing.
Salad. Final salad update. Looks good. Well, it's not exactly a surprise that we don't have an outcome to the election yet, but it also means I've got another probably sleepless night ahead of me. I haven't checked in with you at all since we ate our salad earlier. I've basically just been scheduling tweets this entire time. It takes so long because on Friday is my next day of running the Twitter. So I've just been scheduling all of my Twitter sprints. Again, got some like fun games. And this time I'm not working on Friday, so I should actually be able to join in and participate. Poor little hippo has been hating this evening because there's been so many fireworks. There was just a really loud one and she came running across the room, like banged her nose against my wardrobe door repeatedly until it opened. And this is where she now is. I mean, you might not even be able to see her. She's hidden so far in the dark. You can't even see her, those little eyes hidden right at the back of my wardrobe there. There she is. It's okay, baby. I think that is maybe why she hasn't wanted to walk with me the last couple times I've tried, because there have been fireworks like earlier in the day, and so she's now got it into her head that like outside isn't safe. Hopefully she will have forgotten that in her short-term memory by tomorrow morning so I can take her for a walk. But anyway, it's time for me to keep reading this book. It's very funny so far. You guys were right. You guys. I don't know who you guys are. People who have read this book were right. Good morning, and we still don't know the president. The world has got its eyes on you. Oh God, I'm sorry about that. I'm doing another homesteady breakfast with vegetables from our garden and bread and eggs from my parents. I mean, the bread's not from their garden, but you get what I mean. Yum. Oh my God, do you want to hear something like funny but not funny? So I have been writing some more of these postcards, and you know how I bought like £80 worth of stamps yesterday? And then I realised while doing this that I got that wrong, because I got majority just these kinds of stamps, just like the UK ones, and actually the majority of you are international, and I didn't get enough of these. So that's going to end up being a waste of at least like 50 of those pounds on the UK ones that I won't even use, and then I'm going to have to go back to the post office later and buy a ton more of the international ones. So that's already annoying, but it gets worse because I just looked over and was like, huh, I've got a little box of stationery stuff there. I wonder if I already had stamps. I found this thing of 100 stamps of the UK ones. So I did not need to buy a single one of those. Oh my God. And like after this, when am I going to use them? I don't send letters. This thing of 100 stamps has been sitting there for God knows how long. Probably like since our wedding. It's probably the last time I bought stamps. Okay, I've done like 40 of these, still not even halfway through, but we're getting somewhere.
Feels a lot like saying goodbye. Don't draw it out, love, it's bleeding me dry.
Don't judge us, but we're listening to Christmas music and then we're gonna watch Christmas movies. Come on, Vanessa Hudgens. Second Christmas movie. I'm hiding down here behind the sofa with Hips, because it's bonfire night and she is not liking the fireworks. Good morning! I just finished this one lying in bed. This was a really fun book. I did expect that I would like this one, even though it's sci-fi. I knew it was like comedy sci-fi, and I expected it kind of to be like, one of my favourite books is The Princess Bride, and that's fantasy, but it's comedy more than fantasy, and so I like it, and I thought this was going to be comedy more than sci-fi, which I agree with. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll keep going with the series straight away, but I'd be open to reading more of them at some point. I did laugh out loud quite a few times. So yeah, I'm glad that I finally know what this is all about. So should I open the next door right now? Also, I said in all of my videos, like, don't forget to bookmark this video so that you can come back and find it at the end. I haven't bookmarked any of the videos, so I keep having to like start from the beginning and work my way through. So I started with Meg. Okay, so I found the video again. Okay, so the question is, did you like the main character? I'm gonna say say kinda for this one. I feel like in this book, the setting and the characters were both like kind of irrelevant to my enjoyment of it and the plot. Like, I just enjoyed the writing, I enjoyed that it was funny and silly, but I didn't feel like attached to any of the characters, places or storyline, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna say I kinda liked the main character.
Well, hello intrepid readers, welcome to my little corner of booktube.
That's so perfect that having just read Hitchhikers, which is one of Jean's favourite books, I now have Jean. And I know, because I organised this, I know this is going to be a free pass rather than a reading prompt.
I'd like you to head on over to Instagram. I would love you to take whatever book you're currently reading or have just finished, as that may be why you're here, and pair it up with a god or goddess or even just mythological hero.
Okay, so because this is Galaxy, I'm thinking I'll do something with the stars and like the constellations. That's not gods or goddesses, but it's still like an aspect of mythology, like the figures that we see in the stars and have seen for thousands of years. So I'm gonna do something with that. Okay, so I'm wearing my like starriest top. I've got the fairy lights on. Those are stars. Let's see what I can do with this. How to not just get my boobs in this picture. Okay, I've done it. What do you think? I was pretty pleased with that. So that means it's time to go through the last door.
Hi.
Yes, I got Lauren. I was so excited she agreed to do this. Let's see what she chose.
The word is spirit.
I think I'm actually going to go through and look. I'm not going to film this because it'll be boring. I'm going to look at the back of every single one of my books and see if any of them have the word spirit on them. Okay, so I went through my whole bookshelf. None of them said spirit. That took forever. And then I came through here and found this book that I'd put aside because I almost read it for the last prompt and then didn't, and was like, Kindred Spirits. That's an expression, a kindred spirit. I'm gonna read Kindred. I don't know why my voice is so squeaky. We finally got her out and she's happy. We're distracting ourselves from just checking the election results every 3 seconds with this nice autumny day. It's actually like quite warm. Hands up if you still haven't started reading today. Me, me, me. It's now lunchtime. I'm reheating some of that fucking delicious dal I made the other day, and I'm gonna watch Taskmaster. Is anyone else obsessed with Taskmaster? The show is honestly my favourite thing. I've watched every season and they have all been my favourite thing. After that, I promise I'll do some reading. I've missed all of the sprints that I scheduled so far today. Like, I've been there on Twitter, like reading people's comments and liking stuff, but at 2 o'clock I'm doing like a big reading sprint. It's kind of like a fun one again. It's triathlons, there's like different reading speeds and positions and stuff to do. Sounds weird. So I'm gonna take part in that one. But for now, it's Dal in front of the TV. Oh my god, my fingers, that's so hot, that's so hot. Okay, let's do this. Kindred Spirits for prompt number 5, the final door of the readathon. My sprint is starting in like 3 minutes. I can't remember exactly everything that I scheduled, so I'm basically just gonna like take part in the sprint with everybody else, and I'll be just as surprised as anyone else as what gets tweeted, because I scheduled it all 2 days ago, last night? I don't remember. This week has been the longest week of my life. Do we think we're gonna find out the president at some point during this reading sprint? God help me, please, yes. Okay, so the reading triathlon I've organised is beginning. We're starting with a swim, a relaxing swim. This is a very chilled triathlon. So the first mission is to read for the first half hour as slowly as possible. And this is something that I am bad at. I am a speed reader. I always go so fast. So I am deliberately gonna slow myself down, maybe even read some bits out loud to myself. Let's see how that goes. Okay, I'm going in. I'm nervous and excited about this one. I've read one Octavia Butler before and I really didn't like it. That was Parable of the Sower, but I think that was just like not my kind of thing anyway. This storyline, this premise sounds much more up my alley. So I'm hoping I will like the writing more this time too. I'm very dark against this window, I'm so sorry. Okay, half an hour down, I read 20 pages. I kept having to remind myself to slow down, but it was very nice when I remembered to like save each word and kind of like read it like an audiobook in my head. So next we're taking a 10-minute break before the cycling part. I'm just gonna do laps around the house just for something to do that isn't look at the election news. We're just walking. We're not thinking, and back we go the way we came. Yeah, that break from the news didn't last very long. Okay, so the next part of the triathlon is cycling. So for this, we're gonna read for 20 minutes in a different place or position than usual. I'm gonna go for a weird position, because why not? I said on Twitter that I was gonna try dangling off the sofa. Let's experiment. This is, not comfortable. Okay, what if I try hanging off the sofa like this, like I'm forward so my hands are on the floor? This is weirdly quite comfortable. That was fun but also painful. So now it's another 10-minute break until we do the sprint, which is, you know, a sprint. Oh my god, just tell us who the president is already so that I can keep reading my book and not looking at my phone the whole time. We're sprinting for 15 minutes. A lot of horrific stuff going on in this book. I'm absolutely loving Kindred so far. That is a really good book. I am going to take a break for a little bit. I just paused to film a Patreon video. I've got a different video that I'm filming this evening, a different like vlog. So I think I just need to like give my head a break from filming myself and reading too many different things. So I'm going to pause for a bit, but I will see you back when it is dark and cozy. So I promised I would check back in when it was dark and snuggly, which I'm doing, but it's dark and snuggly the next day. It's literally been 24 hours. So I said I was doing a different video project last night, and after that I was so tired that I just went straight to sleep. Then this morning I had already planned to take like the day off because I had a ton of work to do. So I've been working all day, I still haven't finished, but we did have a big pause to celebrate because the results finally came in. People are setting off fireworks in the street right now, and it might just be like delayed bonfire night, but I'm gonna interpret it as we're celebrating that Trump is out of here. Gonna be president now, never gonna be president now, never gonna be president now, never gonna be president. That's one less thing to worry about. That's one less thing to worry about. Woo! But the fireworks do mean that I have a little stressed puppy down here, so I've literally like made her a little cage because she likes being enclosed. I'm playing a puppy playlist that I found on Spotify of calming music. Are you liking your calming music, babes? And I'm dividing my time between being at the computer, working, and sitting here stroking her and reading my book. Poor little pup. I don't know how to make her see that, like, so far she has never died from a firework, so she's probably never gonna die from a firework. What's she scared of? Hippo's looking so sad right now that we're getting a little worried she's a Trump supporter. I'm hoping I will actually get a good night's sleep tonight because unlike the last 4 nights in a row, I won't be staying up constantly refreshing the election news. So I've climbed into bed with Kindred and I'm actually, for the first time in forever, going to relax. Good morning world! It's the last day of the readathon. Let's dive into action!
Why does it hurt so bad, so bad? To lose something I never had, never had. Are you a memory, lucid dream?
What happened to you? We're just really trying to get Hippo on a walk. Every time her feet have touched the ground, her whole face has gone down to the pavement.
It's probably not the right way to do it, but
what can you do? We finally got her to some greenery. See, the second she gets here, she's having fun. We told you you'd like it. You little idiot. Who would deliberately have a dog, huh? Okay, getting ready to go live for the final live show of the week. I'm hoping we are going to do some live readings because I've still got a fair way to go with this book, so that would help if we're doing some reading. Really, really enjoying this book though. It's like so powerful and so shocking so much of the time, but like not in a gory way or anything. It's really good. It's really readable. The funniest part from the live show we just had was when I made a big song and dance about how great I had done, how great my score was, and announced my score, and then Megan went next and she had beat me. I really thought I'd smashed it. I'm absolutely loving this book. It's brilliant. I'm so pleased that I read this one because, like I said, I'd read one Octavia Butler before and didn't like it at all, but I'm so glad I came back to try her again because this book is incredible, like literally incredible. So I'm just gonna sit here and finish it all right now. I think I'm hooked. It's getting kind of horrific, just to warn you.
Deja vu strings me along. I put you in a music box, tried to move on.
Okay, let's actually finish this now. It's like 9 PM now. We just had like a 2-hour phone call with RG's sister and her husband, which was really nice. So now I've only got like this many pages left. I don't know what's gonna happen. This book is so intense.
put you in a music box.
And I finished this book, which means I have finished the 1,000 Doors readathon. So I read 4 books for the readathon. What did I read? The Pull of the Stars, Pages for Her, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and Kindred. All books that I loved, so I had success the whole way through this readathon. I didn't DNF anything. I made such a big deal while creating the readathon that DNFing was going to be allowed and encouraged, and then I didn't end up DNFing a single one. Thanks so much to everyone who took part. I cannot believe how many of you there were. Megan and Tazmyn and I spent so long planning this week, and it went so much better than I ever could have hoped. So thank you so much to everyone who took part and made it all really fun for us. I really want to see all of your vlogs, so I'm going to be checking all of the comments of those finished videos where we told you to link them. You can obviously link them here in the comments as well if you would like. I cannot wait to check them all out. And let me know if you think we should do 1,000 Doors readathon part 2 at some point. See you guys soon.
Deja vu strings me along. I put you in a music box, tried to move on. You're still playing hard to